All right, this is Homework Help, Module 4, Lesson 5. I'll show you some of the work we did in class. And then I will also be showing you some more that we didn't get to that are in the problem set to help you out as well. Okay, so let's get started. And I'm going to help you out a little bit more by explaining some things. Today on number 1, you have to do A, B, C, and D. These two, A and B, are similar to A and B that you're going to be doing. Okay? Just similar, doesn't mean exactly. So a grasshopper covered a distance of 5 yards in 9 equal hops. How many yards did the grasshopper travel on each hop? So there's a total of 5 yards. So our total is going to be 5 yards. And we have a tape diagram that we're going to draw. And 9 equal hops. So we're going to do 9. We're going to cut it into ninths. And we need to know how much is traveled on each hop. So we need to know how much is traveled on one hop. Okay? So what we know is that there was a pause by accident. As we can see from the example, I'm going to show you from the examples as well. The 6 on top is going on the right, and the 4 cuts, the units, are going on the left. So, on our problem, we have 9 units, 9 hops, is equal to 5 yards. So in 9 units and 9 hops, the grasshopper went 5 yards. That's what we're saying here. So we don't technically need this step, but I'm going to show you what we do next. We want it to be 1 unit. We need to figure out 1 unit. So in order to find 1 unit, we're going to divide by 9. On both sides. All right, which gives us 1 unit is equal to 5 divided by 9. And with our work that we've been doing, we know this is a fraction, so we can show this as a fraction with the 9 being underneath and then the 5 on top. So the grasshopper went 5/9 of a yard in 1 hop. Okay? So we don't need to do anything to this 5/9 because it's not a mixed number or not an improper fraction. So we don't have to turn it into mixed number. And 5 can't go into 9, so there's not much we can do for dividing and simplifying. We just have to write our answer in a statement. How many yards? The grasshopper traveled, I should be doing this in green, traveled 5/9 of a yard each hop. Sorry, I was going to do handwriting there. So the grasshopper traveled 5/9 of a yard each hop. Right, so the second question, so that this A is very similar to A in the homework. Just have to figure out what the 14 gallons is and the 4 classes where they go. To split the gallons equally among the 4 classes. So the numbers are going to be a little different. There might be a bigger number on top. It might be similar to this problem here, where the 6 is on top and the 4 on the bottom, which gave us a mixed number. Okay, so just pay attention what goes on top. Think about, what are we splitting? We have 5 yards that we're splitting between 9 people, or 9 hops. Okay, all right, so this next one, how many yards did the grasshopper travel in 2 hopping twice? So basically it's asking us this for the 2 hops. Well, we already know what one of them is, so we can say 2 times 5/9. All right, which most of you will see is 5/9 plus 5/9 which will give us 10/9. And if we change that into a mixed number, we will get 1 and 1/9. All right, so the A and B are similar to A and B in the homework. In B it says how much paint will 3 classes use, so it's kind of the same thing as this, where you might have to multiply what your answer is from A. All right, and then for the first part, it's very similar. You just have to know where to put the 9. What are you splitting, the gallons or the classes? Of course, you're splitting the gallons. You can't split the gallons into the classes, or you have to figure that out. Actually, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell you, and I almost did. All right, let me do another problem for you. I'm going to go back over here, and as I marked it right here, this is similar to C and D. So the first problem is similar to C, the first question right here. And then this one is closer to D. I'll change the color there. All right. So we have 40 students share 5 pizzas equally. 40 students shared 5 pizzas equally. Now you have to be careful here, because I have 5 pizzas, and I know that's what I have right here. And in my, I cannot draw 40 of them. Okay. So I'm going to start off and just kind of cut off and then do these dots in the middle. And I'm going to show this is the 40th one. So there's 40 total, and we still need to figure out what goes here for one of them. So 5 and the units of 40. Again, looking at our example, the bananas, we're going to share the bananas, so the bananas went on the right. So this one we have the pizzas on the right. And over here we have our 40 units, what the tape diagram is cut into. So far so good, hopefully. You see what we're doing. All right, the next step. All right, sorry. I just have to check something. I want to make sure I'm not. This one, it's kind of weird, but it's there. It's really there. All right, I was right. 40 units divided by 40. And then 5 pizzas. I'm just going to use a PZ for pizza. Divided by 40. All right, hopefully you see that we have 1 unit here. It's always going to be that 1 unit here. Okay, we can actually skip that second step and jump to the next one. Equals 5 divided by 40, which is equal to 5 40s. Some of you may be able to divide both of them, and you will see that we have 1/8. Okay? So either way, they're going to eat 5 40ths of the pizza. Each student will receive 5 40ths of the pizza. So that's what we're going to write. And sorry about that. Okay, so the next question, what fraction of the pizza did each student receive? Mr. Belmar. Sure. Bye. All right, so what fraction of the pizza did each student receive? I kind of gave you the answer, because if you simplify it, you got the answer, but let me show you another way of doing it so that you can show it for yourself. All right. I guess it doesn't say it here. The answer here is basically 1/8 of a pizza, if you look at it really quick. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that. What problem is it? It's problem 5. Looking at the wrong problem. Okay, I am correct. What fraction of the pizza did each student receive? And we know it's 1/8. We can also do the 8 pizzas. I'm just going to do some square pizza. All right, and we know that we need to share it. We need to have 40 pieces, or we need to know that it's going to be cut into 8s. Okay, so I'm going to cut it into 8s by doing this. These are gigantes. Oops, did that one wrong. There I have my 4ths and then to 8s. All right. So basically, they will get 1/8 of it. There's 40 units of pizza, or 40 students this time. And there's 40 8s. And then 1 unit equals 1/8. So that's 1/8. All right, I like the way I did it by just simplifying it right there. With your problem, you're going to be looking at, let me look at it really quick again. See what fraction of the wall did each student paint. I would draw 1 wall. And think about that. If there are 4 students, what you would have to cut that into, and that could help you figure out what the fraction will be. All right, so our word for the day is going to be, I don't know, bonus word. Let me write it down. Let's see, I'm looking around. Let's go monkey.